What's up, everyone? It's me, Ocean Crash here, aka Canon Mikho, and today's three, episode three. Before we work, today I want to talk about success, financial success, career success, just success in general, and it's been something that I've been thinking about for a very, very long time. Excuse me. I'm a person whom I've spent most of my life kind of just like thinking about how I can be a better me. Since I was a kid, I created goals for myself. I always found something to, be good at, and I try to push in that field. So the first thing that hit me was when I was in junior high. I loved games. Games was something that I tried really hard to focus on. Try to get better at playing video games. In hopes that one day it could be my career. I always wanted to go something game related. When I grew up, when I was younger, I told myself when I grow up I want to be a video game designer. I wanted to be in the electronics and my ideal, actually, which I think was every kid's dream when they were younger, was to play video games for a living. I saw those wonky ads, get paid to play video games, and I spent most of my time kind of just sticking to that and playing the video games and like doing research. I was like, when I get older, I'm gonna do this, and times changed. I jumped around. I realized that I had a purpose or a calling in my life. And I try to find ways to be successful within those within respect to those callings. So my first big realistic adult calling was when I was in high school. When I was a freshman / sophomore in high school, I told myself I was working at this coffee shop called Brew, and I ended up getting immersed and I fell headfirst into the industry and passion of coffee. Oh, by the way, speaking of coffee, I decided to update my background. I gave you guys some good visuals. Nice addition. Ignore this trash can. Here, there's no trash can. But I'm hoping over time that this is going to be all cleaned. It's not my stuff, but I'm working on it. But yeah, so high school came. And I really was deeply immersed into the industry of coffee, and I pushed myself in that direction. I strived for success. I created my business plan when I was a sophomore in high school. Created my business plan, had it reviewed by lawyers, and I prided myself, but I've never actually felt accomplished with anything. That's been my number one enemy, is no matter what I do, no matter what it is, I'm never really happy with my success. And I'm not sure it's because I run into the issue a lot where my product never reaches the final stages. I'm not sure if it's because I'm a very diverse individual. But I see it a lot. It's not just me. I see it in a lot of people. People usually aren't happy with themselves in terms of what their accomplishments are. And you could say it's depression. Yeah, you can say it's anxiety or whatever it is. But I feel like in most cases, it's a characteristic thing. It's a characteristically just something that some people have that others don't. They strive. Strive is the key word I think that a lot of people have. You see it a lot in entrepreneurs and entrepreneurial people, and in business owners, and anyone who's the Fortune 500 companies who created those companies. They strive. So success is a huge part of striving, and I think as someone who myself, I've always fought for success. I've always strived for greatness. I've never really tasted success, in my honest opinion. I've never really tasted success, though I've accomplished a lot of things. I really don't feel successful in the meanings that I don't think I'm done. I don't think I've reached, when someone's successful at something, that means, you successfully finish. You are told that you are successful when you complete something. If I completed my first rep, that means I successfully did my first rep at the gym. So, maybe if I'm a new person at the gym and I'm trying to get the right posture, I'm not successful. Finally, I get that one rep in and I feel it in my muscles. I'm successful. I felt it. I pinpointed, whether it's my physical trainer, whether it's someone who, someone who's guiding me, fitness coach or whatever it is. You're successful. You're being able to tell someone that, hey, you completed that correctly. You did that correctly. Does it mean it's the end? No, it doesn't mean it's the end. It just means you finished something, and I don't think I've really finished something to my satisfaction before. And like I said, you see it a lot in entrepreneurs. I have accomplished something. I've accomplished things at my age. I'm above I'm above the occupation level for my age. I'm 24 years. I'm 24. I'm gonna be 24. I don't even know how old I am. Jeez, I'm 23. I'm turning 24 this year. And 23 years old. I'm a manager at a marketing firm. It's just something where you're just like, wow, well, yeah, I'm a lead. Anyways, lead/manager. Yeah, so I tell myself, this can't be it. I don't think I'm successful. I haven't reached where I want to be, and the question is, and I don't know the answer to this, and I'm hoping that can discuss this. Maybe I'll discover it through discussion. Maybe someone will come across this video and answer it in the comment sections. But when is enough? When is it ever enough? And I don't think it ever is enough. I think that's what makes an entrepreneur an entrepreneur. They never figure out when it's enough. There isn't. There's no finite ending to what you're doing, and I think that is largely partakes in the mentality and the characteristics of an individual. When someone has a certain goal or a dream, you don't give up. Though you accomplish certain steps along the route, you don't give up. So for example, my dream/goal is to open up my coffee shop. I've wanted that my whole entire life since I was a kid, in freshman year in high school. Since I was before even high school, I told myself I never wanted to work for anyone. It's just something because it stemmed from the trials that my parents faced. I'm a first generation immigrant. My parents are immigrants. They came from this country. They weren't born in America. So seeing them growing up, seeing the financial and family hardships they faced, it inspired me to be someone better. And facts are that most entrepreneurs, I want to say most, but a good majority of entrepreneurs are foreigners. A lot of wealthy people here. I'll say that a lot of wealthy people are foreigners because they felt the struggle and they acted on that as a source of fuel, if you will. And it leads most of the times people into success. Whether it's retiring at the age of 30, which is my ultimate goal. 7 more years. That's my ultimate goal, retiring at the age of 30. Whether it's creating and inventing something that saves someone's life, that's success. I feel like my calling in life is to help people. That's always what I've wanted since day one. And it's why when I went into college, I wanted to be a neurosurgeon. I first started off in photography, then I changed to neurosurgeon. I really wanted to be a neurosurgeon. I was like, that's it. That's my calling. That's what I have to do to kind of help the world. And then I changed to hospital administration. I was combining my widely known and accomplished success in business in business, and I utilized that in the medical field. And I told myself, this has to be it. I'm combining something I'm really skilled. I knew I was skilled in. Not saying that I wasn't skilled in the medical field. I just didn't know if I was or not. I had never done a brain surgery before, but I had been in competitions and organizations, and I was accomplishing a lot of things. I would say, in the retrospect of being in business competitions, I was successful in that. Yes, I was successful in business competitions, but that's not really something I can say, wow, that's it. I'm successful. I'm done. I've accomplished something. I'm done. It's not really a milestone. It's not really something I can act on, for future wise. It was something, in my adolescence that I was proud of, and it paved the road for me, definitely. But I wouldn't say it was, I was successful in that aspect. Would I say I am successful now? Yeah, I would say, in the eyes of the average human, in the eyes of a realist, honestly, realistically, I would say for my age, I am successful. I'm able to support my family. I'm able to pay off a lot of my debt by myself without seeking any help, without working 2 jobs. I'm able to visit my girlfriend who's out of the States. I'm able to do a lot of things, for someone who just graduated college less than a year ago. Well, it's been about a year now. And I'm just able to do so many things. And the issue stems that I don't feel successful. And with that comes a lot of things, a lot of things entrepreneurs face. And I listen to a lot of podcasts, a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of inspiration. And the facts are that people who have a entrepreneur mentality get depressed, get anxiety, and they never settle for nothing less than huge, and I mean, at my age, I'm trying to do that now. I'm 23 years old, as I said, and I'm still trying to open up a business. I'm still trying. I operate 3 other businesses, and I'm trying to, invent something, create something. I'm constantly trying to do something. I'm almost done with my book that I've been working on for a while now. I'm constantly on YouTube trying to make videos and trying to capture people, though my highest viewed video is like 700 views, I'm constantly trying something, and and that idea, I never really give up. And I'm not sure what my end goal is. I think my end goal is to, one, self-sustain myself till the end of my life without a job, to self-sustain my family, and also to sustain, my future children and whatnot. So create a future. Now, when I say I want to retire at 30, I mean, I don't want to work. I want to invest. I still want to manage funds. I still want to manage my investments. I still want to, buy houses and buy, property. But that profit, that revenue will come from investing. So it's almost like my money's working for myself. It's working for itself, So that's really the ultimate way to handle your money. It's to invest it into something so that it builds upon itself. You're making, you make $100,000 a year. Take that money, take 5% of it, buy a crappy property, $10,000 property. Okay, obviously one that's livable and it's not going to cost you a lot of money in the future. But you buy that property, you rent it out, and you take that, rent, you pay off your mortgage and your whatever it is. And that $300-$400 you have left over, $500, whatever it is, you save it in another account. Then once that money's done, once you accumulate more money, you buy another house. And you just take the profits from both of the houses, you buy another one. And once you hit 5, 10, 15, 20 houses, you pay off the first house, you pay off the second house, you pay off the third house. And then you'll come to a point where you're just like, all right, I don't need to work anymore. I'm bringing in $15,000 a month, though that's not including, expenses. Maybe say $5,000 a month, which $5,000 a month is good enough to live on for me, and even a family. To be honest with you, $2,500 for a single person, it's a good amount. So, I guess my question is, I don't think I'll ever. Well, my statement rather, I don't think I'll ever feel success. I don't think it's something I want to feel just yet, because I'm scared that if I feel success, that I'll feel comfort in my state in life. I use my dissatisfaction, my current state in life, I use that as fuel. And I like it. It fuels me to go to the gym. It fuels me to work out. It fuels me to always do things, think things. What is a common struggle that people face nowadays? What can I create? What can I invent? What can I do to be, a better person, be one step higher than everyone else. I'm constantly thinking, I have a French press right here. I'm always thinking, how can I change the French press? How can I make it better? How can I change the cup of coffee? Like how can I change these things? How can I invent something? How can and I constantly think, and I'm a thinker. If anyone knows me, they know I'm a thinker. I think a lot. That's constantly what I'm doing. I'm always thinking, and I'm always pushing, and I'm always trying. But yeah, so it's always something that I'm constantly working on. And when will it end? It's always something that I think people need in our society. I feel like a lot of people are happy with what they have, and sometimes it's not enough. And sometimes people are happy with what they have, and they realize, and it is enough. For some people, their happiness is enough. Their success is enough. For some people, it's too much. Sometimes, you have billionaires who are like, I'm not successful. It's like, well, yeah, but what are you doing with your money? Like, what is success? For you, is it saving people, or is it just making yourself richer? And that's where the discussion comes with, it's your money. It's, you can do whatever you want with it, but it comes to a certain point where you have so much money, what else can you do with it besides good? If you're not doing good with your money, I consider that a poor base of success. I consider that a poor base of character, poor base of realism in changing the world. As your duty as a human being is to do some good in this world. Whether it's saving animals, whether it's helping the world be healthier, whatever it is, helping politics or whatever it is. Though I hate politics. You guys tell me, when do you think is success achievable? Is it possible? I think it is. Will I feel it soon? I don't think so. I don't think I'm programmed to feel success this early on in my life. And I like that. I'm okay with that. I do feel accomplished at times. I do give myself a pat on the back, but I'm like, I'm not done yet. And I mean, I work hard. And I hope that never ends. I hope I find the next breakthrough thing. I always told myself that before I pass away, I want my name to be in a book. I want my name to be in a historical book. I want to change this world to someone, to anyone. That has always been my goal since I can remember. Since I was 5-10 years old. I'm not even joking. I always told my parents, I'm gonna put our last name in a book. I will make people who will know who we are. And I think that's a goal that's good to set for yourself in terms of success. Which is not something, it would be the hardest thing in the world, but it's something to look forward to. And I question you guys. Success comes from goals. Once you finish your goal, you're successful. You have accomplished something. Do you guys have accomplishments? Do you have goals? Do you feel like you've accomplished something? Do you feel like you give yourself too much credit? Do you feel like you don't give yourself enough credit? I'm curious to see how people are, and I know I don't have any viewers, or I think my last video still has like 3 views. But I'm hoping in the future when people see this, maybe when I'm on my 130th, 150th, 200th before we work episode, that someone goes back to this video and comments on it. But yeah, guys, I hope that success comes to everyone, not as painfully as it can be. I know success sometimes can be very hard. Sometimes it takes people 70 years, 80 years, 90 years to be successful in their own perspective. I think successful is a very self-labeling thing. Sorry, I got a scam call. I think success is a very self-labeling thing, and I don't feel like it's something that that we are happy with giving ourselves so easily. So I question you guys, what is success to you? Have you achieved success yet? If so, what is it that you've achieved? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for Before We Work. I got my laptop here. About to hop on my computer, do some marketing work. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Before We Work, episode 3. Enjoy your coffee. Have a good day. And try to be successful, y'all. Peace.